get involved in examination malpractice, you can do a projection and know that when you come into the electoral field, you will also rig elections.
The caption of this poster, reflecting the central theme of the link between corruption and insecurity, depicts a neglected child denied qualitative education, a potential security threat in the long run.
Since you have not taken care of this young boy, he will be at the other end of national security that will give you sleepless nights.
That is the heart of the matter that needs to be addressed.
Thank you very much.
And the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, has disclosed that 70,000 infants here in Nigeria are infected with HIV/AIDS through mother-to-child transmission annually. Director General of the agency, Professor John Idoko, in an interview with Channels Television, said Nigeria bears the largest burden in terms of the number of HIV-positive women who transmit to their infants. He said out of 6 million pregnancies annually, 230,000 are HIV positive, and mother-to-child transmission has become the major source of new infections, followed by sex workers. On our community report tonight, our correspondent, Doris Okenwa, now looks at the HIV prevalence in the country and the lives of some of the victims in the FCT.
Now you're talking.
Meet one out of many. 40-year-old mother of 4, infected with HIV/AIDS by her partner in 1999, and unfortunately passed it on to her youngest daughter, who is now 13. She lives in Abuja with her 4 children.
I nearly lost my life during the pregnancy. And when I gave birth to her, I nearly lost her. But by the grace of God, she's alive. And also, with an infected partner, when I was very sick, I was in the hospital for years. Right from the one in the hospital, he abandoned me, though he's infected. He abandoned me with 4 children.
Blessing Asukwo is 24, a native of Akwa Ibom State, but born and bred in the FCT. She was infected at the age of 12 through blood transfusion.
Coming to the church, by the time I come to the church, everybody will stand up and leave the bench for me. So the stigma became too much to the extent I was locked in a room. If they want to give me food, they will just open the door like this and throw the food. After God, my father is still the person that is making me to see today. Because I wish he's not my dad. By now, I will have committed suicide and die and go.
The National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, estimates that 230,000 out of 6 million pregnant women in Nigeria are HIV positive.
We have the technology to intervene, but we haven't been able to get to that point of intervening so well that we can cut the transmission. So we still are lumbered with almost 70,000 children being HIV positive. And all we need to do is get these women to the antenatal clinic, test them, and then intervene.
On the prevalence rate of the disease, geographical statistics from the agency places the Federal Capital Territory among the first 5. Benue State tops the chart, followed closely by Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa and Anambra, while states like Kebbi, Ekiti, Jigawa and Katsina have very low prevalence rates.
Generally, in a summary, there is a decline, but we have experienced some states that haven't, seen that decline, and we're trying to do something about them. There are very few states putting in funds to ensure that, they can fight, HIV.
I expected by now that a lot of universities in Nigeria, should naturally have, AIDS clubs, where young people can just interact, talk about health, talk about tuberculosis and other health issues that could affect them, that could affect their future.
Also, in attempting to reduce or halt new infections and prevalence rates of HIV/AIDS, educating sex workers must be a target.
A sex worker should know that HIV is real. You just need to protect yourself, and if you can help yourself more, it can stop the trade.
At the peak of the HIV boom, as experts call it, between 2000 and 2006, funding was not an issue, with foreign donors rolling in the goodies. But the United States, Nigeria's major HIV/AIDS donor, expects the federal government to brace up and pick the bills by up to 50% in 2015.
All this time, most of the funding has come from, donors. In fact, it's only in the last few years that we jumped from being able to provide 15% of the funding to like 25% of the funding. So as we still speak, 75% of the funding for HIV still comes from donors.
Let's say, for instance, American government back up today and stop supplying us with drugs. Does it mean we are going to die?
I want to become a medical doctor. If possible, I will be the person to find this HIV cure.
Clear-cut steps need to be worked out, says NACA. In the meantime, victims like this mother and child continue to grapple with the situation. Doris Okenwa, Channels Television News.
Etisola, now you're talking.
Still ahead on the news at 10 on Art Review tonight, artists from the Niger Delta region tell their people's story from the eyes of the land. Keep listening to them.
Wherever and whatever your banking needs, Guarantee Trust Bank will be there, now and into the future. Because you're at the heart of everything we do. Guarantee Trust Bank, proudly African, truly international.
Drink milk every day.
Is richly packed with essential micronutrients. So more milk means more beauty. Make sure you drink milk every day. Brought to you by Peak.
Around the world, millions of people are switching to Nokia Lumia. Taking stunning photos, whatever the light. Charging up without plugging in. And using Nokia City Lens to reveal just what they've been missing. It's time to switch.
Who wants power pasta?
Me! It's my birthday!
Power Pasta boosts your energy and brings out the athlete in you.
For everything you do, you need the energy.
My son!
Another quality product from the makers of Indomie noodles.
Power Pasta boosts your energy.
Welcome back to the news at 10. One of the leading names in digital media and digital convergence technologies, Samsung Electronics, has unveiled its highly anticipated Galaxy S4 smartphone in Nigeria. The device, which officials of the company in Nigeria describe as a life companion, was unveiled to the Nigerian public at an